really cool video today, guys. This just came in the mail. I'm so excited. And for all of my conservative, Baptist, well, anybody that's really uses John MacArthur is in the conservative evangelical world, you should be really excited about this. This is a long time coming. And my goodness, if you're a fan of the New Testament John MacArthur series, then you'll be ecstatic about this. So this is the MacArthur Old Testament commentary, Zechariah, and absolutely beautiful cover. But a little bit of information about this, I read on I saw a YouTube video and then I read on some posts, like some forums, that they're trying to put out these Old Testament MacArthur commentaries in a somewhat faster pace than the New Testament, because I correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's like they took 32 years to over the time he preached the New Testament to produce those commentaries. So he hasn't preached through all of the Old Testament books of the Bible. So I assume, and I've read, that this is going to be maybe a combination of, it's definitely going to have a MacArthur feel and his notes and his thoughts, but it also may be someone like the Master's Seminary, and then there's like two main people working on the Old Testament books. So really exciting news. I mean, it's just, I always want to reference MacArthur in the Old Testament. All they have is like that Old Testament 1 volume book, and it's so surface level and everything. So like, I just can't wait for book after book to come out. I have heard that after Zechariah, they've already, I think they have Daniel done, or close to done Daniel. So really, really cool stuff. But this is the first edition, Zechariah, and man, I mean, look how beautiful it is. Absolutely stunning. It's a little tiny book, so it's a little over 5 and just a little over 7. Just it has that, that Davidic cross on there, and Zechariah looks so nice. It is paperback, so that's really, that might be a little bit of a downfall that it's paperback, but that's okay. It's very small in size. Like, look at it. Here's a New Testament one. It doesn't even fit in my camera, but it's like really small, like really, really small and nice. Like, it's very compact. So the only difference, though, really between these two is that this is going to use the Legacy Standard, the LSB, Legacy Standard Bible, and then this is I believe the NASB 95. So they're gonna have two different Bible translations in them. We know that the Master's Seminary and John MacArthur created the Legacy Standard Bible, and there are many, not a lot of differences, but there's differences, and one of the main ones is they use Yahweh as like the Lord's name in the Old Testament. So that's one thing that's going to be different for those of you that are used to the New Testament MacArthur is between the NASB 95 and then the Legacy Standard Bible. So, but I can't get over how small it is. We'll look at the text real quick. We'll look at inside, but it's awesome. So you can see they've kind of shrunk down the text. Put them over top of each other. It's pretty stiff, but they've shrunk down the text a little bit. But essentially, it is all the same. Like, it's the same layout. It's just harder to see on camera, but let me show you an example. Okay, so, all right, so if you can see, like, there's bolded words, like, and righteousness. So I think that's, like, one of my favorite part of reading the MacArthur New Testament ones, is that any of the verses that it's referencing, that, like, it's going over, like, verse 4 in James, it's going to bold. So the enemy of God, we know that that's one of the verses in James 4:4, and it's going to be the same in Zechariah, that it's going to bold those. It's just a little bit harder to see because they shrunk down these Old Testament books. And I don't know why. I think maybe to make them more accessible and also cheaper. And they also know that there's going to be a lot of these. Like, there's 33 of these Old Testament books. And that's just because there's like a couple books of Matthew, or three or four books of Matthew, 3 or 4 books of Luke, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of New Testament. So I assume that's also the thought for these. They kind of shrunk them down so maybe they can stack better, like on your shelf or whatever. But really cool, guys. Really, really cool. Really exciting news. No eschatology is complete or true, which does not embrace the prophecy of Zechariah. It's pretty cool for all my dispensational friends out there. You should be excited. Really cool stuff, though. Oh, by the way, if you're still with me, hopefully you are, probably you aren't, you can get these free. These do not cost you anything. Don't go on eBay and buy these. You can get these on Grace to You. You go to Grace to You. It'll have it at the top of the page just when you go to Grace to You. All you have to do is put in your email and an address, and they will ship these to you. And this took like 3 weeks to get to me. And it's brand new, and it's new. So they're giving these first editions away free. So don't pay for these. All right, guys. Hope they have a blessed rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.